For decades, people around the world have looked up and noticed something unusual: thick white trails crisscrossing the sky, lingering for hours before spreading into a hazy cloud cover. While mainstream scientists and government agencies insist these are harmless contrails, formed by the condensation of jet exhaust in cold air, others suspect something far more sinister. This is the foundation of the chemtrails conspiracy, a theory that suggests these trails are part of a covert program with far-reaching consequences. Could governments, corporations, or secret organizations be using our atmosphere as a testing ground for chemical and biological agents? Could these trails be affecting weather patterns, controlling minds, or even manipulating population health? Today, we dive deep into one of the most controversial conspiracy theories of modern times: the origin of the chemtrails theory. The chemtrails conspiracy theory first gained momentum in the 1990s when observant citizens began noticing a difference between traditional contrails and certain persistent white streaks in the sky. Unlike normal contrails, which dissipate quickly, these trails seem to linger for hours, spreading unnaturally across the sky. In 1996, a report from the U.S. Air Force titled "Weather as a Force Multiplier: Owning the Weather in 2025" surfaced, detailing how weather manipulation could be used for military advantages. Though the military dismissed the report as speculative, conspiracy theorists saw it as confirmation of an ongoing program. Around the same time, whistleblowers and ex-military personnel began to claim that the government was actively engaged in secret atmospheric experiments. By the early 2000s, reports of chemtrails had become widespread, with thousands of people documenting mysterious trails appearing before extreme weather events or mass flu outbreaks. The internet fueled speculation, with countless forums, documentaries, and independent researchers claiming to uncover disturbing evidence. The purpose of chemtrails, theories, and allegations. Several theories exist regarding the purpose of chemtrails, each more disturbing than the last. Here are the most prominent ones. Geoengineering and weather control. One of the most widely believed theories is that chemtrails are part of a geoengineering experiment to manipulate the climate. Some researchers claim that governments are spraying metallic particles, such as aluminum, barium, and strontium, into the atmosphere to reflect sunlight and combat climate change. However, critics argue that these chemicals could alter natural weather patterns, cause droughts or floods, and disrupt ecosystems in unpredictable ways. Some even suggest that hurricanes, earthquakes, and wildfires are being engineered to justify new policies, drive up disaster relief funding, or reshape certain geographic regions for political gain. Mass poisoning and population control. A darker theory suggests that chemtrails are being used as a form of slow poisoning to weaken the population. According to this idea, toxic substances are sprayed into the air, leading to a rise in respiratory diseases, neurological disorders, and weakened immune systems. Supporters of this theory cite the increasing prevalence of conditions like asthma, Alzheimer's, and unexplained illnesses as potential side effects of long-term exposure to these chemicals. Some even believe that certain groups, such as the elderly or lower-income populations, are being specifically targeted to reduce government healthcare burdens. Mind control through nanotechnology. Another chilling hypothesis proposes that chemtrails contain microscopic nanobots or chemical agents designed to affect human cognition. These substances could be used to lower resistance to government control, increase compliance with propaganda, suppress independent thought and rebellion. Some whistleblowers claim that certain chemicals, when inhaled, can make populations more passive, anxious, or even more aggressive, depending on the desired effect. This theory is often linked to HAARP, the now decommissioned Alaskan research station accused of conducting electromagnetic experiments to influence human behavior. Corporate and pharmaceutical agendas. Some theorists argue that chemtrails are part of a profit-driven scheme orchestrated by pharmaceutical giants. By increasing the number of people suffering from respiratory illnesses, allergies, and immune disorders, drug companies stand to make billions in medical treatments and vaccines. Additionally, some suggest that corporations involved in agriculture benefit from chemtrails by altering soil composition, making it harder for small farmers to grow crops without genetically modified seeds that are resistant to chemical contamination. Whistleblowers and mysterious deaths. Several individuals have stepped forward claiming to have inside knowledge of chemtrail programs, only to meet suspicious fates. Dr. Kristen Megan, a former U.S. Air Force industrial hygienist, spoke out about discovering classified documents related to aerosol spraying. She claimed she was threatened into silence and forced to leave her military career. Ted Gunderson, a former FBI chief, claimed that chemtrails were part of a mass depopulation program. He died of bladder cancer, but some believe he was poisoned. Clifford Carnicom, an independent researcher, dedicated his life to proving that chemtrails contain harmful biological agents. He has faced numerous threats and has been labeled a domestic terrorist by government agencies. These cases fuel the belief that those who know too much are silenced before they can reveal the full truth. Government denials and fact-checking efforts. Officially, the U.S. government and international agencies deny the existence of chemtrail programs. They insist that persistent contrails are simply water vapor interacting with cold air and that no large-scale aerial spraying operations exist. Despite these denials, classified patents and declassified military documents suggest that weather modification and aerial dispersion technologies have been researched for decades. The 1977 UN Convention on the Prohibition of Military or Any Other Hostile Use of Environmental Modification Techniques, (ENMOD), suggests that governments have at least considered weaponizing the weather. In response to the growing public concern, tech companies and governments have increased censorship of chemtrail-related content, flagging it as misinformation. But for many, the harder they try to dismiss it, the more it seems like a coordinated cover-up. The final question: truth or mass delusion? Are chemtrails real, or are we just witnessing an elaborate case of paranoia? If real, who is behind it, and what is their ultimate goal? One thing is certain: people continue to report suspicious sky activity, unexplained illnesses, and increased weather manipulation efforts. Whether chemtrails are part of a global experiment, a corporate scheme, or a government cover-up, the truth remains hidden behind a veil of secrecy. Perhaps the biggest question we should ask is, what else are they not telling us? Conclusion. The chemtrails conspiracy remains one of the most hotly debated topics in modern times. While mainstream authorities dismiss it as pseudoscience, thousands of people worldwide remain convinced that something sinister is happening in our skies. What do you think? Are chemtrails a reality, or is this just another elaborate conspiracy theory? Let us know in the comments below. Movie Camera like, share and subscribe for more conspiracies uncovered.